Thursday night, football. Views from the 22. Live on the scene. We're going to cover tonight Thursday's game. We're going to cover Saturday's games. We're just going to go ahead and do the whole thing today. Call it a day. Germ So True. We got Vic Jr. We got a Views special guest. It ain't even a special guest because he live here. We got our guy Ty from on the road. We're going to holler at him in a second. Let's get the politics out the way. This is The Scene. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Instagram. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter. Get all those great notifications. Shouts out to the whole crew. Again, Stoppage Time FC, Petty in the Outfield, Views from the 22, 94 Feet of Life, Between the Rounds. We got it all for y'all. So I want y'all to go ahead, get your popcorn. We are tonight's entertainment. Vic, I'm going to start with you. Holler at the people, my guy.
Yeah, very, very cold and snowy northeast right now. I think in Connecticut, about 12 inches, New York, about 15. I heard about 39 in PA. So 39 inches in PA. So just, a little cold right now, but ready to talk some football, getting ready for this week 15. Should be entertaining as we get closer to the playoffs. Other than that, just looking forward to it and living life, Muted, puppy.
Well, he's a professional.
You are a professional.
You're a professional. You muted yourself. Ty, man. What's going on, man? It's been a while, man. What's going on?
Ain't a thing, baby. Just over here on the road, sitting, coming in live from Ena, Illinois, at your local Love's Truck Stop. Coming to you, bringing a little bit of truck stop sports, man. Trying to bring it to the people. It's been a while, man. I missed y'all. Missed my family. Missed the friends. And it's been a while, man, since Facebook shut me down. So I had to come on through another way.
Hey, so we here. That's all that matters is we here. So, fellas, we got 3 games to cover. We got one or two things we're gonna talk about before the games tonight. Obviously, we got the Monday night game that we had this week, where Baltimore pretty much they went and took a game up in Cleveland. We just gonna call it what it is, and we're gonna just call things from this point forward in the season what they are. We had a team go up and take something on Monday. Vic, what was your biggest takeaway from that game?
I mean, we just went over the film, bro. There was a lot. I mean, just Cleveland. I talked about it before the game. This was a defense that was giving up just 18 points a game at home, 4th in the league, and then you come out and give up 47 against the Ravens. Lamar again goes for less than 200 yards. What was it, like 170?
164.
164 passing yards. I mean, they had like about 5 rushing touchdowns. It's just there's just games where the Browns just do not seem to show up, especially big nationally televised games. The defense looks slow. The defense just cannot move laterally when it comes to trying to keep up with certain speeds of the game, especially Lamar's speed. I mean, they made the Cowboys defense look bad, and they made the Browns defense look bad. I was proud of the way the offense played. I was proud of the way that Baker played. There's some throws that again he needs to be more consistent with. But other than that, it was a good offensive game, and they just gave up more points than they scored. So, other than that, man, it's just it was a fun game. It was a classic game. It was a good fight. Besides the bad defense.
All I'm gonna say is, man, because y'all know me, y'all know what Germ gonna do. Germ is ready to slander everybody, but it's okay. I'm gonna let it be. All I'm gonna say is this. I'm gonna make this real simple. If you have a game that you score 42 points, you should win that game 97% of the time in the NFL, because 42 points is equivalent to saying you score 6 times. You score 6 touchdowns in a game. How the hell do you give up 6 touchdowns, a safety, and a field goal? And remember, for those who forget, in the first half, they missed the field goal. So they should have had 45 points in this game, if not more. Ty, I
you
just want to
average.
say, go ahead, Vic. I'm gonna let you
No,
do
I
that. Let me
mean
pass the time.
you average about 9 to 10 drives a game, and you scoring about 6 or 7 of them. I mean, you should be able to win, right?
But the law of averages says so. So Ty, what did you get a chance to enjoy that Monday night game?
Hey man, just from what I got to see with y'all with the film footage, just a lot of blown assignments, man. You know, a lot of people get sucked into what they call the magicianship of Lamar Jackson. You
Good
know, the
word, man.
game, you know, it's just sometimes you can't take away that the man's not a quarterback. He is a tremendous athlete. He can make you miss. He gets a lot of breaks from receivers. I mean, not the receivers, but the refs, you know, protecting the quarterbacks in the league. You know, like I said, a lot why is people not popping him when they have the chance, you know, softening him up a little bit, slowing down. Some teams got the formula to stop them, but it's like one week they hit, one week they miss. You don't know what you're going to get with the Browns. The Browns had the game and just let it slip, literally let it slip on a big game stage.
So I mean, look. First of all, I just want y'all to know that the Views Lab is always cooking because Ty ain't been in the lab in a minute. And look at you see, my man came back with magicianship. What? But anyway, but the big picture is, look, I'm okay with the game being wild. Look, shouts out to everybody in the comments, man. But man, I'm just like, what? You know, it just is what it is, man. So Dennis King has popped on the thing talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Dennis, please don't start with your nonsense today. We go, please.
Dennis the King.
Dennis, you my brother and I love you, dog. Please don't do this to me today. Not today. And I don't want to see Dion either because we don't believe him. We need more people. Dion, where you at? But with that being said, man, I'm actually going to start this off with some fun today. So real quick, before I get ready for that, shouts out to April. Shouts out to Storm. Shouts out to KG. Shouts out to Trav. And shouts out to, of course, Dennis. I'm just going to be realistic about this. And as we come down the stretch, and the stretch is the most important part of this particular season. The Browns are in a situation where if they finish with the same record as the Ravens get in the playoffs. The Browns, y'all in a situation where y'all got the tiebreaker over the Colts. So, Ty, I don't know if that leaves y'all out or the Colts out or whoever, but we gonna see. We gonna tee. We gonna tee, as a baby would say. We gonna tee. If the Ravens, for whatever reason, get into January, what team do they stand the most chance of winning against and why? If they get in, they're going to be a bottom 3 seed. So that means they're either going to play the Titans, the Bills, or more than likely the Steelers. We all know that they can't beat the Chiefs. So let's just call it a day.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go first. I think they'll give the Titans, and I think they'll give the Steelers some problems. The Steelers don't have the same speed that they had early in the season. Of course, with Devin Bush out for the season, which was, I mean, not only you had a fast linebacker, but you had somebody that can actually read what the offense is gonna do, read, react, finish is the kind of thing that we're looking for in linebackers, and that kid provided that. So, they'll give the Steelers problems for sure. I mean, right now the Ravens are looking like a playoff team. At one point they weren't, and now they are. Maybe they went up against some horrible defenses, but again, we'll see. Lamar and them have to do it in the playoffs. But as far as teams that they can give problems to, definitely the Steelers, and I think the Titans. I mean, the Titans just been horrible against the run themselves, so they'll definitely give those two teams problems. The Bills and, like you said, the Chiefs will be their tough matchups.
Man, I'm just Ty, who do you think?
Ah, man, it seems like you want to say the Titans, but the Titans has had their number for some reason. They just know what Baltimore does. It's just like they got the formula of what's needed to beat them. Steelers has looked a little vulnerable against teams in the last 2 weeks. you know, shout out to Alex Smith and the Washington team. You got to call it exactly what they are. They're the Washington team. It's a little different saying that, but Alex Smith is probably the comeback story of probably one of the decades. Seeing that man come back from I think something like 35 surgeries to come back and to win, and to put the first loss to the Steelers, then the Bills come back and get a good nitty gritty win up against the Steelers.
Mm.
So to see Baltimore, I just don't. Baltimore just can't beat the Steelers for some reason. I don't know what it is, but the Steelers just shut Lamar down. So I would say their best toss up would maybe be the Bills if the Bills just happen to lay an egg. But if not, can we say that they can beat any of these teams that's going to be at the top of the divisions, at the top of the playoff seedings?
So see, Todd I don't know. It just seems like he's naturally good at this stage in life. He got to be on more shows. We need more Ty. But I'm gonna say this now. They can't beat the Chiefs. We already know that. The Bills, this quarterback that they got starting to look kind of interesting. I'm just gonna say that. If the Bills can put up 30 points, they're gonna win the game because I think the Bills got the recipe on defense to make this interesting. The Steelers, Devin Bush, just so you know, I don't know if you realize it, he didn't play in either game. He actually got hurt in the Cleveland game, I think.
And
Spillane,
the Steelers.
yes, they still swept them.
Steelers.
So the thing that's going to hurt is Spillane, who took his position. That's the guy who actually got the pick six. He needs to be healthy because he was out last week. And then what hurts now is Bud Dupree being out, which that's the key thing right there with the ACL.
I mean, that's what that's part of my thinking, Jeremy, is that, I mean, again, this is a week to week sport, so injuries pile up. Some teams start to play worse. Some teams start to play better. And at this stage, the Ravens are playing better football than a lot of teams. So it is what it is.
Well, category 5, I'm gonna answer your question here, and I'm gonna let the fellas give you something as well. Don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think they fare good against any of those teams. I think all those teams can beat them. I think, to be honest, if you wanted to play somebody, I think Tennessee is the most vulnerable. Even though they beat them early in the year, I think Tennessee would be the most vulnerable. The Bills, I think, are the strongest, and I think the Steelers would be second. If the Steelers had their full complement, I would say the Steelers. But with that being said, I thought that would be interesting.
We still got 3 more weeks to go, so that anything could change. The Ravens could start playing like crap.
I doubt it. It's looking pretty simple. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dive into what we see as of the game tonight. What we have on our hands is we got the Chargers traveling to Vegas. Man, there's a lot of people out. There's no Keenan Allen today. There's no Tyler Johnson or Tyrell Johnson. There is no Mike Williams is supposed to sit out today. But also, watch how fun this gets. There's no Morrow, there's no Abram, there's no Arnett, and there's no Cleveland Farrell. So when I tell you that there is literally a whole bunch of people that are not playing today, there are over a whole lot of people not playing today.
For the Raiders specifically, or for both teams?
For both teams. Both teams. The whole Chargers starting receiving core is gone. Their top 3 receivers are out. So it's gonna be interesting. Also, Brian Bulaga is out. It's Nazir Adderley is doubtful. Denzel Perryman is doubtful. Man, I mean,
man, they ain't got no, bruh.
I've been saying this, man, for a couple years now. I know it's a money making business, but these Thursday night games, there's been some classics, there's been some good ones, there's been some bad ones. But
once every 4 or 5 weeks, we may have a good game,
right?
And normally it's division games,
right. I mean, ultimately, to me, bro, you got to protect the players, man.
It's not good.
You got to protect the players,
I
bro.
hate to say it. I hate to say this, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. The way college football is set up, I would rather the NFL switch with college football and they did a Saturday night game and let the college kids do Thursday through Saturday.
All right.
And then that I think that would be better for the sport progressively. Because doing the Thursday night football game in general, I think is very, very detrimental to the players. But it's also detrimental because we're not giving the players, number one, they're not coming off of a bye week doing it. If we make it a rule that we got to come off a bye week, I'm for it.
Right. Exactly.
But y'all just be having them like the Browns and Steelers coming off of a bye and coming off of a game they just played against the Ravens and the Bengals. It's like, wait, what?
No,
They
and
just
you
got
know,
beat for 60 minutes apiece. All four
right.
teams. You know?
Monday is typically that day where you give your players a day off, and then if you're traveling on Sunday, you got to travel home and the next day be up and ready for practice and a workout or something, which they don't work out, but they might get like a light workout in. Some players can't go a day without working out. You know what I mean? So quickly already Monday, you're already in the film room. You're already going through, obviously non-contact plays. It's just that headache of having to wake up the next day and already get ready for the next game because you have a game in 3 days. Like it's ridiculous, man. It's sad.
Yeah,
And
silly.
and non-contact injuries are one of the biggest problems that we're having this season. Players
Mhm.
just running down the field, stepping out on the field, and just tearing ACLs, Achilles, blown MCLs. This is hamstrings. This is not it.
I'm with y'all on this. I'm with y'all on that part. So Vegas has the over under at 51 and a half. They're giving the Raiders 3.5 points. April, I just want you to know after reading your comment, I am not reading that comment on there. I really wish you would take that R word off of there because that is not okay. But if you want to switch teams, just know there are a couple teams that would love to contract you out. With that being said, let's start from the top. Keys to victory. I'm gonna give you the keys to victory quickly. I don't even need to go too far. Raiders run the football. They don't have any linebackers for the most part tonight. The defensive line should be okay, but we still got to run the football. That's where we got to start. Run the dang ball, Bert. Run the dang ball. That's really that simple. Play action, Waller. After that, get it to my guy Nelson Aguilar. It's really in that order. In that order. We ain't got to do nothing else. No rugs, so there will be no gizmos and gadgets and all that ducking and hiding in SH tonight. Give me the Raiders. 2 reasons. The Chargers' whole receiving core is out. Also, I think the Raiders should be able to stop the Chargers on quite a few occasions tonight, just because I think altogether the running game and Josh Jacobs should be clicking. Give me the Raiders tonight.
Yeah, to piggyback off of that, just again, for me, it's keeping Justin Herbert protected and healthy now. You got a situation where I mean the Chargers, even though they've been bad, they're playing even worse now. He's had to do a lot more passing and stuff like that. The defense has gradually gotten worse. Now with all these injuries, I mean, who is he going to pass it to? Again, for them, I think they should be running the ball a lot more. And for the Raiders, I mean, the Raiders got to win this game, period. If they want to stay in this playoff race, they have to win this game. Let's give the Jacobs and Booker a little bit more rush attempts. Let them carry this. You got a new defensive coordinator now. Paul Gunther is now gone. There's a new voice there. There's a lot of things that you can't change the defensive scheme in the middle of the season, but just kind of getting a new voice, a new spirit in the locker room can help these guys play better. So I'm taking the Raiders too. This should be a win for them, and get off to another okay hot start hopefully in the next 3 weeks.
Ty, who you got tonight?
All right, man. I love everything that both of y'all just brought, and I want to bring a couple of things in. Raiders, I believe, is ranked 12th in the rushing, and uh, Chargers are ranked 17th or 16th. Both of them are pretty, what I'm saying, when it comes to everybody's on the injury right now. You still got Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert and Derek Carr both got similar numbers when it comes to passing touchdowns, passing yards, and almost close in interceptions as well. Austin Aguilar, not Aguilar, but I think his
Eckler.
name is Austin. Yeah, Eckler is healthy. He's also averaging 4.7 yards per carry. The Chargers need to run the ball to win this game. Like you said, to protect Herbert. You're missing a lot of guys, so run the ball. See if you can get anything out with the firing of the Raiders, defensive coordinator. But the Raiders might come out playing with something different. Um, Raiders, like Vic said, you need this win. You got to win out because in the last 4 games, you're 1-3. You've dropped a couple of good, games that you should have won. Especially the Atlanta game. That's a game that you should have blew them out the water, but just happened to lay an egg. Each week can be something different. I think this game is going to be close, but I think the Raiders pull it out because they need it. They need it. But anytime that these California teams played against each other, is usually what's going to happen. It's going to be a close game because I think it's a pride. I think it's a pride battle of the rich suburban kids and Chargers want to beat the nitty gritty Raiders. So give me the Raiders, man, in a close one.
Shout out to KG in the comments. KG, from what I was reading earlier, that they said that Williams was supposed to sit and Allen was supposed to sit. So we'll see. Look, I'm not no argument here for me. I'm just reading some what the report said earlier. So if they're gonna play, that's probably some late minutes, some late game things. So with that being said, let's get into the Saturday night games because we probably won't have any opportunities to do that later on Saturday. The Saturdays are a blur for me around in that time frame. so so views and dues, baby. We got the Buffalo Bills traveling to Denver, Mile High Stadium, in Denver, Colorado, Empower Field at Mile High, Denver. With that being said, the over-under is 49 and a half. Buffalo is 6-point favorites on the road. I'm just going to make this real simple. Buffalo, this is the you better special. You better not go up here to Mile High and lose. I know it is a little different, so I'll keep the score respectable. Give me 28-22 Buffalo. Ty, you want to go next?
Nah, man. You got two teams that can fair weather in the cold. Buffalo can play in the cold. Denver can play in the cold. But just like Buffalo, just like Miami. Miami, ended up playing Denver and ended up getting in the trap game and ended up losing. Buffalo, you better come and play serious because Denver can sneak up on you and steal one from you, and it can really mess up your rhythm. Don't do it. Come in there and come to play, as expected. You know, run the ball. You got a quarterback. You got a quarterback man in Josh Allen that's been balling. He's always been a talented thrower. We've never questioned that his talent. It's always been his decision making. Now he's getting better. But keep a reminder who's on that defense, who's one of the best players in the NFL, and Von Miller. Don't sleep on that man because that man will make you regret that.
Von is out, bro.
Oh, he's out.
Yeah, Von was out at training camp.
Oh man, my bad. I've been
They still
sleeping,
got
brother.
Bradley Chubb. Don't worry.
Still
They
got
still got some
Chubb.
guys. They still got some guys
Still
that
got
can
Chubb.
play.
Still got Chubb. So I'm gonna trust and go with the Buffalo, but Buffalo don't lay an egg, baby. They might come back to bite you.
Yeah.
Vic, who you got?
Yeah, no, I mean, just to piggyback off of some of the things you guys said, like, that Denver defense is pretty impressive, despite some of the issues that they have on the offensive side. Those young guys, I mean, especially Bradley Chubb, who's leading the way there, they can give the Bills some problems. So, I mean, I like your score, Germ. I think it is going to be a close game, even though the Bills should be able to dominate. But I think it is going to be a close game there. It's a defensive struggle. Allen just, again, show some progression, continue to grow from what you've been doing. And up against a good defense, let's see what he can do. Just don't turn over the ball and run the ball, protect the ball. That's all the Bills got to do for this game and get ready for their next matchup. So I got the Bills in that game too.
All right, and last but not least, the headline game of the evening for the NFL games will be Carolina traveling to Lambeau Field, Lambeau Field, Green Bay. Over under they got is 51.5. They're giving Green Bay 8.5 at home. Hey man, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna let y'all go first and let y'all break this down. Let's start with you, Vic, and then we're gonna roll the tie.
Yeah, I mean, it's, Panthers going to the Packers. Again, it should be another simple game. I mean, I think both of these games probably not going to provide much in terms of a classic value, replay value kind of thing. The Packers should be able to handle what is another good young defense in the Panthers, but that secondary is still up and down. Devontae Adams, if you got him on fantasy, this is the fantasy playoffs. Devontae Adams, Robert Tonyan, the tight end, and Aaron Rodgers, of course, should be some really excellent plays because they should be able to take care of that secondary. Hopefully keep everybody healthy for the next game as well. So I got the Packers for that game.
Give me the Packers. I just want to be honest. Give me the Packers and give me the Packers winning comfortably because, man, it's just I think Rodgers is on a mission to shut some mug up right now. The man's trying to ball out right now, and then you still got that they still got a good solid running game that can really take over when needed. Running backs got great hands as well. Devontae Adams, I think he's going to have a field day out of that secondary at Carolina. I want to believe that young defense is good enough to contain Green Bay, but man, this is looking like this could be an easy win for the Green Bay.
Real simple. Packers just need to be able to run the football. Running the ball is the remedy to it all when it comes to that team. I think it's gonna be fairly. I think it's gonna be a little closer than the score may say. But give me Green Bay 31, Carolina 20. I think that 11-point spread is perfect because I just think overall, I think the Packer may not run away from the game. They'll run away with the game. Excuse me. Can't talk now. Can't speak. They may not run away with the game as we may think because ultimately, man, even with it being 11-point spread, that 11-point spread could be just to close out the game late with a late touchdown with 2-3 minutes left in the game. That's the type of thing I think happens here today with that type of game on Saturday. So with that being said, we got the game tonight covered. We got those two games for you Saturday covered. Make sure you guys tune in on Sunday. Best damn pregame show in the world, views and dues. Shouts out to 94 Feet of Life. We got something epic going down tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, 1:30 Mountain Time, 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern. We are doing 30 for 30. That is a 30-minute show covering all 30 teams. Exactly 30 minutes, y'all. We're going to go for exactly 30 minutes. We're going to accomplish this feat because that's what the scene do. We're going to be live here on the scene. Again, I'm going to say it again. 1:30 Mountain Time, 2:30 Central, and 3:30 Eastern. We will be 30 for 30 NBA style, getting you prepared for the NBA season approaching for this year. I want y'all to come with y'all understanding, come with y'all notebooks. We got a minute for each team almost. You never know, maybe less. So I want y'all to know the scene.
Who's the lineup? Who's the lineup on this show?
Oh, you need to. So the lineup on this show shall be: we're gonna have Big Shot, we're gonna have J Ham, we're gonna have Germ, we're gonna have Trav, we're gonna have, of course, MJ, and of course, man, we're gonna have Coach Les Stewart live and in color. That's a 6-man show, 30 minutes or less
So you telling me that 6 of y'all are gonna talk about 30 teams, which having about 5 minutes of talk time each?
We gon' That's what we do, baby. That's what we do, baby. That's
Man,
what we do,
Yeah,
baby.
that
Are
shit
y'all
sounds
ready?
crazy.
bring it, baby.
So with that being
That's a
said,
that's a room full of talkers, bro.
hey, we gonna make this happen. So I want y'all to make sure y'all tuned in. Make sure that y'all are tuned in tomorrow, 1:30 Mountain,
Hey, Josh,
2:30
play Tom
Eastern,
Brady.
3
Play Tom Brady, dog. Forgot about that. We gotta answer his
3.
question.
No, he said no. He already said. You know what?
Oh, okay, yeah.
He already said. Well, that means Tom
So,
Brady. Josh
yeah.
knew where I was going with this. Josh understands me. So like I said, 3:30 Eastern, we will be 30 the scene 30 for 30 NBA season preview tomorrow live on the scene. All right. With that being said, True Man False World. Ty, it's always a pleasure to have you on the team. We gonna have Ty back as soon as he's able to come back. Y'all know that's how Reviews Crew goes. Again, scouting season is upon us, so of course Ty got to be involved with the scouting season, and of course the scout extraordinaire himself, Mr. Junior, the guy who has started the Scout Mania, and your boy Germ is Mr. Junior. Just want to tell y'all, man, I just want to give a quick shout out to this guy, man. When I tell you how much work we put in on this end, I would not be where I am today in the football lab without this guy right here. That guy right there, Vic Jr. So I want y'all to make sure that y'all tell this man thank you. If you do like Germ, if you don't like Germ, you can say we don't like you, Vic. That's possible as well.
We go down, ride together, go down together.
Yeah, that's
Bad boys for life.
View 22 for life.
There we go.
22 for
Fillmore
life.
feelings for life.
Yeah, that's what it is, baby. So that's
From the
what
different views.
absolutely. So this is Views from the 22 signing off. Our guy Mo Schefter, you are with us as always. Just want to make sure I give you a shout out. Hopefully we
Big
see Mo
Mo.
Sunday. If we don't see him this Sunday, we will for sure have him back for a huge Sunday show for week 16 with all types of playoff implications. But without further ado,